Fancy going out for a drink tonight, or are you babysitting for Dolly again?
You're still annoyed about that, aren't you?
Why on earth should I be annoyed about sitting here waiting for you for 3 hours like a lemon?
I did tell you. I promised to get Mark some books he needed, and I'd forgotten. I didn't realise he was babysitting for Dolly. He wasn't feeling well, so I sent him home and took over the babysitting. Let me take you for a drink tonight to apologise.
Oh, how can I argue?
You'll find a way. You usually do. I'm going past school, Mark, if you want a lift.
Oh, I said I'd meet some mates in the village.
I'll drop you there, then.
No, it's all right.
What's going on with you two?
Well, he's my toy boy, Jack. Didn't you know? See you.
Yeah.
How's it going with Kathy?
Fine. At least I think it is.
Leading you a dance, is she? You're good to be on the receiving end for once.
Kathy's not like that.
Oh, dear. Sounds serious.
Don't worry, Dad. You won't have to fork out for wedding presents just yet.
Wedding presents? All the fashion these days was to shack up together.
Live together or get married, you'll be the first to know, OK? Listen, I better go. Even the boss can't be late for work too often.
Kim said to ask you if you're going to be in for dinner tonight.
No, a meeting. Looks like I'm going to land that Skipdale market contract.
Oh, you'll be lucky. They missed me around for years.
You didn't have my wit and charm, though, did you?
Ha ha.
What's wrong with Christopher Tate? Why can't he help Kathy? Hi, Dolly.
Hi, Joe. Jack.
Dolly's just been telling us she's moving to Home Farm.
Oh, very nice. Whose idea was that, then?
Kim's.
Oh, you really will be on top of the job, then. Which I think proves my point, Jack.
I wouldn't be going if I didn't think it were a good idea, too.
You're surely not buying Emmerdale eggs, Dolly. Not when Mrs. Tate thinks farm shops are a rip-off.
Oh, Kim told me to buy the best. As far as I'm concerned, that means eggs from Emmerdale. Now Frank's got a taste for them and he won't eat anything else.
Hey, better put the prices up.
I already did.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, there you go.
Now, what are you two arguing about now?
The police have phoned Kathy. She gets her furniture back today.
Yeah, and she wants the afternoon off to move it back to Demdike. And he wants the afternoon off to help her. I mean, she's had a lot of time off lately. What with this spiritualist and messing about with Christopher Tate.
Hang on. She's getting her life back together. I don't begrudge her a minute of it.
Neither do I. But we'll have to organise ourselves more efficiently.
Oh, hang on. I feel an economy drive coming on.
Which isn't helped by you going mad and buying silly, gimmicky toys like that buggy.
Oh, that's rich. Every time I want to use it, you're off on it somewhere.
All right, it's fun. I'll give you that, but that's all it is.
You know, I planted kale in that bottom field. Land that's always been useless. Well, with my gimmicky toy, I'll be able to work that land, make it pay. I just need to buy a boom sprayer for it and some protective clothing.
You haven't listened to a single word I've said.
Yeah, well, if I don't treat it, you'll complain about me wasting the crop.
Have you got the feeling you're bashing your head against a brick wall? Look, love, the AI man's coming this afternoon. Can you see to him?
Well, I'd rather not. I'm not feeling too good. I thought I'd pop back to bed. Don't worry. I just feel a bit queasy, that's all.
Down to me, then.
Joe, all that's needed was someone to show the man to the mister and give him a cup of tea. I'm quite capable of doing that. You should have thought of that in the first place. More efficient use of farm labour.
All I want is 4 dozen extra pies, steak and kidney or chicken, I don't mind what, but I must have them today. Well, I know it's midweek, but... Well, if your accounting system can't cope, it's hardly my fault, is it? I'll have you know your firm has been supplying pies to this hostelry for the past 15 years. Well, if that's your attitude, young man...
Hey, I can assure you this little beauty is going to make such a difference to our dinner-time trade. What's the matter?
I think we'll need more than a microwave to get us through dinner time.
What about the extra pies?
They'll not change our order midweek, said their computer couldn't cope or something. I'm afraid I lost my temper.
You mean we're not going to get any extra pies till next week?
Nay, no pies at all. I've cancelled our whole order.
You what? Is this a fit of pique because I've finally bought a new microwave?
Huh? No, Mr. Woods. We're good customers. They should treat us better.
What are we going to give our customers?
We'd better make a flan.
I think you'd better make a flan.
What do you think, then?
Well, it certainly makes somebody a lovely home. Will it be easy to sell?
According to the architect, if we go to the highest possible spec, we'll sell it a lot easier than if we took it down market. He's right. The money it's costing me to do it up.
I've just finished a barn conversion in Kelthwick. Farmer kept pigs in it. Then he clears 100,000, turning it into a house. It's better money than keeping pigs.
What was this place used for?
According to the estate records, nothing for a long time. Somebody's been dossing down there recently.
Don't let Christopher know about that. He'll accuse you of evicting people again.
On the contrary. In a couple of months, this will be a lovely family home. Right. Thanks very much, Mr. Chapman.
Welcome.
Bye.
Well, what do you think?
It's nice. Yeah, good location and in good nick.
Oh, I'm so glad. I wouldn't go ahead if you didn't like it.
Well, I'd snap it up then if I were you.
I will.
Now, there's a lot to lay out in stocking a place like that with quality stuff. And as I said before, I can help you there.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious.
You won't get into trouble, will you?
Don't you worry about me. I gave up dabbling in antiques with Charlie Aindow when I became market manager. Now, there's no way anybody knows about our business connections. So, I can easily channel a few pieces your way.
Thank you, Eric. That's very kind of you.
What's going on?
Well, what's it look like? We're doing a conversion.
Well, since Archie left, I've been using this barn as a store and a sheep shelter.
Oh, really? Well, I thought this was part of Old Farm Estate, Frank Tate's land.
Well, I never worried who owned it.
Look, I'm just a builder. Why don't you ask Mr. Tate?
Well, how much will it go for?
Oh, about 200 grand, I set him like this.
It's all too easy for him. He wants stopping.
Mrs. Tate? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you jump.
What do you want?
Oh, just seeing how the other half lives.
Is there something I can do for you? Or my husband?
I'm sure there's plenty you could do for me.
Look, if it's about the other day, I'm sorry you were hurt.
Ah, my ex-wife told me. Do you know this used to be a working farm?
I'm sorry you're out of work.
I had a job on offer, then a few mates asked me to organise a bit of sport. You know, matching one dog against another after a few hares. I've been doing it for hundreds of years around here.
It's still illegal.
Yeah, when you're short of a few bob, you don't think about things like that.
I don't see what that's...
You could at least hear me out. I mean, that job, I won't get it now. But you know what really sticks in my throat? I wanted you prosecuted, but the police didn't want to know. All comes down to money in the end.
I'm not being prosecuted because what happened to you was a complete accident.
So you say. But they always take your sort's word against mine. It's all right, Mrs. Tate. I'm going. I just thought you'd like to know what your interference cost me.
The chick should be hatching any day now, eh, Seth?
Aye. They'll look right pretty when they're grown up, won't they?
Aye, very. Absolutely. Very beautiful plumage, fine plump flesh. They look splendid as they rise above the guns. And bang, they're dead. You don't breed pheasants just to look at, you know? I'm trying to convince myself whether killing innocent and beautiful birds is a nice thing to do.
They have a good life, Mr. Tate, while it lasts. I see to that. They run wild, not like battery hens.
I know. Breeding pheasants for a shoot is protective to the environment. And also, it's non-polluting, unlike intensive farming. I know. And you get a handsome return on your investment. I know. Well, that's all right, then. In fact, I've got a few ideas for expanding the shoot. Oh, good. I thought you were going off the idea.
I'll leave this to you, Mr. Turner.
Well, Seth has never been very receptive to expansionist thinking.
Well, we better keep him happy if we're going to double the size of the shoot.
Double? Isn't that a bit ambitious?
I should hope so. I've got the land and I've got the money to invest. Now all I want is for you to tell me what to do with them. I mean, after all, you're the expert, so you keep telling me. But be bold. Remember, you never get outs for nout.
There we are, sir. That'll be £5.90, please, and a tray. Family rooms aren't right, just as you come in.
We've got quiche or sandwiches. Ham, beef or cheese.
Any pies?
Sorry, no pies.
Look, I'm sorry that I didn't ask you to come along, but I didn't want you to get hurt.
I wouldn't have wanted to get hurt.
But Elsa, there's nothing between me and Zoe. I thought maybe once, yes, she fancied me, but she doesn't. I mean, she's very attractive.
All right, don't spoil it.
Look, I'm sorry. Are you still my friend?
Yes.
Good.
Hey, not in front of all these people.
Henry, This quiche, it's cold in the middle.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry, love. It's Amos. He hasn't got used to our new microwave yet.
I'll have 2 rounds of beef sandwiches then, please.
If you don't want to be eating bacon and egg flan for the rest of the week, I'd suggest you keep your voice down when making remarks like that.
I only came in for a quiet lunch.
It's been like this since Easter. We should have got a replacement for Dolly.
Why can't you find someone?
Nobody as suits Amos's high standards.
I'm just off in here to get some stuff, all right? Okay. I'll see you later.
New baby.
Hey, what have you got there? Come here!
You all right, Kath?
Hi. Is Kate any better?
No, she's still in bed, feeling a bit rough. So what time are we getting all your furniture?
Oh, just after 3.
Almost had to sign a form to get the afternoon off.
Jack, if it's a bother, don't.
Oh, it's just Joe being a bit fussy. Pity Christopher couldn't lend us one of his lorries.
I've not got enough for a 32-tonner. Besides, I wanted to do this on my own.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've had a decision to make, and I didn't want Chris to influence me.
Oh, what's up?
All in good time. I'm planning a little surprise for Chris, that's all.
One of the most embarrassing sessions I've ever had to spend behind that bar. No pies, indeed.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Wilkes. I would have made them myself, but we're so busy here, there's no time for outdoors. I've hardly written a word for the courier, though editor hasn't bothered inquiring why.
I haven't had an afternoon off to go bird watching for weeks.
Everybody expects pubs to do dinners these days, and we're so busy with tourists. It's since we appeared in that blasted guidebook.
Oh, we'll have to do better than your flan.
Jock was the union official at Home Farm. He took it badly when they started laying men off. It was the pressure that broke him and Liz up.
Now they're divorced.
Oh, it goes back a long way. You can't blame yourself for the mess he's in.
Yeah, so everyone keeps telling me.
Certainly got a bargain there, Mrs. Tate. Trade seemed to think it was a bit iffy.
Well, I like it. Thanks very much. I hope Chris likes it. It's a nice little flat he's got himself there.
You're not too disappointed you had to have the attic instead?
Well, I suppose I was a bit miffed. But it is your house. I'm just looking forward to settling in with you all. It's a new experience for me.
Such a lot's happened since Phil made this for me and Jackie. Do you think he could be unlucky? Well, look what happened to Phil, and then, well, there's this last year.
You can't blame all that on a piece of wood, Kathy.
Oh, Mr. Pollard, if I wanted to sell this, you said it might make 300 the other day.
About that.
OK, we put it through the auction for me.
Kathy, what are you doing?
Listen, I know somebody would give you £300 for it right now.
Really? Who?
Me.
You can't sell it to him.
You're not conning me.
Cross my heart.
All right, it's a deal.
What are you doing?
Mark, you're looking all over for you. There's a copper in parlour. He wants to have a word.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I think that might be him now. Where have you been? This policeman wants to check your statement about the hair course in love.
Right, yeah.
Well, you look like you've seen a ghost, not a police car. Is your murky past caught up with you?
Joe, it's... doesn't matter.
Just walking in and taking over without so much as a by your leave, it's just not on.
I take it you didn't mention this to him?
Well, I think I made my feelings pretty clear. But Frank is putting in an awful lot of money.
He who pays the piper, eh?
I mean, a lot of extra costs and all sorts of extra profit. Listen, I shall have to work that much harder for every extra penny.
Tate thinks money's the answer to everything. He ought to learn that it isn't.
Unfortunately, it probably is.
Yes, Henry's right. I was planning to expand the shoot over 5 years. With his money, he can do it in a year.
I'll go along with young Michael. Tate needs to be taught a lesson.
I think you'll find it's you who's being taught the lesson, MacDonald.
We'll see who has the last laugh, Pollard.
I suppose you know what he's up to, Mr. Turner, you being on the council.
Well, I know his plans. I don't see what the council's got to do with it.
Well, I meant those barns he's converting into houses. I bet he never opposed it when he wanted planning permission.
Well, of course not. Excellent use of derelict buildings.
Yeah, and £500,000 in his back pocket. No wonder he's investing in your business, councillor.
I hope you're not suggesting there's any connection.
Well, I'm suggesting no.
£500,000 for ruining our heritage. That makes you sick, doesn't it?
Makes me rather envious.
You sure about this, Kath?
You think I'm wrong, don't you?
I didn't say that.
Were you really sure when you followed Marion to Italy? When you moved in with Sarah?
Well, that was more instinct.
Same for me, Jack. Just hope my instinct's right.
So do I. Good luck.
Well, I can't say I like the colour scheme, but the decorators have done a good job.
Yeah, it's a lot better, isn't it? So why have you become a convert to shooting?
Well, I don't want to shoot myself, but turning land over to the shoot is actually the best way of preserving the wildlife.
Unless you're a pheasant.
1 million broiler hens are killed every day. I'd rather be a pheasant. At least they have one good summer, maybe more.
I think Chris will like this.
How much did it cost?
It's a housewarming present.
You didn't answer my question. Anyway, it's our flipping house. By making your state attractive for pheasants, we attract other forms of wildlife.
And rich shooters.
Of course. They're the ones who'll be paying for all this in the end. The more, the merrier.
Oh, thank you.
Don't tell me you've been buying Christopher housewarming presents as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Kathy been in?
Not tonight.
Right. Have you got any food on? We were going on to the Feathers, but my clients seem happy here.
Clients, eh? Business going well, is it?
Well, it is when you can do deals over a pie and a pint rather than mess about with overpriced restaurants.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
According to the estate agent, 3 other people are interested in my shop.
Better not hang about then.
Well, it's just right for me, and I desperately want it. The trouble is, they want 6 months' rent in advance. I never thought setting up a business could be so expensive.
Oh, yes.
And you were reckoning I'd need another 10,000 for stock. I just hope the whole thing isn't going to collapse before it starts. And I'd so set my heart on that shop.
Don't worry. We'll figure something out. Got a little surprise for you.
What's that?
A present.
Received from Mrs. K. Merrick, 1 carved pine bedstead. Oh, Eric!
You see? They don't mind kissing in public, and they're twice our age.
Nick.
Look, Elsa, I really missed you these last few days. Why don't you come back to Demdike? I'll help Kathy move some furniture.
Now who's being a passion killer?
This quiche, it's not a complaint. You ought to change your supplier. Pastry's just a bit sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem. When you live on your own, you get to be an expert on pub grabbing.
Mr. Wilkes, I agree. It's time something were done.
We need a new pie supplier.
Exactly, and I know just who. Annie.
Eh?
Annie Sugden. Best cook in Beckendale. You've often said so yourself.
I think all this work must have addled your brain. And he'll never do it.
It's just for a few days until we can get a new regular supplier fixed up.
If you want Annie to cook for us, you can ask her.
Right, Mr. Wilkes. I'll do that.
I think it's so romantic doing something on impulse like that. You worried about her?
She's my only sister.
She's old enough to know what she wants.
And so am I.
Don't be saucy.
Saucy? What kind of word is saucy?
It's my mother's favourite. Elsa, don't you be so saucy.
And what had you done that was so saucy?
I can't remember all sorts. Oh, I know. I put a whoopee cushion on a chair and she went bright red. Me and Michael nearly wet ourselves.
Oh, you saucy monkeys. Would you, like to be saucy with me?
Do you mean what I think you mean?
Depends whether the answer's yes or no. Well, I mean, just a minute ago you were saying how romantic it would be just to do things on impulse.
That was before you started being saucy.
Yeah, but... See, your mum thinks Kathy's here. You could phone her up and say that you were going to stay the night. I mean, nobody would know. I mean, look at the time. I'm going to have to take you home soon. And without Kathy's car, it's a long walk.
Not to the Woolpack.
Why the Woolpack?
Michael's there. Said he'd give me a lift.
So much for being romantic.
Oh, don't be like that.
Well, look, maybe not tonight, but would you like to stay some other night? You could have your own room.
If I did stay,
Yeah,
you would have to be careful.
of course.
And if I stayed, it wouldn't be in my own room. Come on, time to take me home.
Hi.
What's going on?
I've moved in.